Heartfield! Yeah, it's Bing Turkby here again with another clip about my Heartfield RR9, because the first one I did I was a bit excited and probably didn't make any sense. And I've learned a bit more about it since then, I think. So Heartfield came about because in the 70s and 80s Japanese guitar makers were starting to take quite a bit of the market away from the US companies like Fender. So in response, Fender actually went to one of the Japanese factories and said, can you make us some guitars? And so they started off as Heartfield brand, and then they were Heartfield by Fender, and then right near the end they were just Fender. But they didn't last very long. I think it was about 88 through till mid-90s. And this one's from 1989, and it's still in really good nick. The only thing missing is the little cat off the tone knob here, and a little rubber cover that's supposed to cover this secret thing that I'm going to show you in just a second. It's a bolt-on neck, but a really sturdy recessed bolt-on there. It's got a really slim neck, for me anyway. I'm not used to slim necks, but it's still really comfortable to play. Nice pointy headstock, locking tuners, 2-point whammy, tremolo or vibrato, whatever you prefer to say. Mother of toilet seat pickguard, which I always really like. This finish is actually called Blue Sparkle. It looks black, but if you get really close to it, you can see some metallic blue sparkle in there. The most interesting thing, apart from the pointy headstock, for me, was the controls. You got volume, you got tone, you got 3 little rubber buttons with corresponding LEDs. Thank goodness the rubber buttons are still in good condition. It's quite an old guitar, so I'm quite pleased. So number 1 takes the humbucker and it must coil split or tap or something, and it makes it a kind of a fake single coil. Position 2 is the full humbucker with some kind of buffer. I don't know how that works, but to me it sounds like slightly clearer than a normal humbucker. Secret weapon. Position 3 engages the overdrive PCB, which is in here, which has actually got volume, tone and gain controls that you can't quite see there. Again, on some rubber knobs that are just about disintegrating, but not quite. So that little circuit in there is like a built-in, almost like a Boss DS1, probably not as gainy, more of an overdrive I suppose. So versatile. You've got all those sounds at your disposal. I mean, a lot of one pickup guitars are really versatile anyway, just the volume and tone, but there you've got a kind of single coil sound, the full humbucker. You can use a last position either as distortion, or you can actually turn that drive down and just turn the volume up if you've got a dirty amp and use it as a boost. It's awesome. It's really well made. I reckon if you see one you should grab one. They made a few different models, and they had I think some short scale ones. There's an RR59, I think that's shorter. Maybe a set neck even. They might have even made a bass. They did a Talon, which is a pointier version. They're just really good guitars. So I used it with my band Heavy Blarney. I wanted a kind of a chuggy grunty metal sound, and it worked great. And then if you want a little boost for solos, you got one right there. You don't need to take any pedals to the gig. Heartfield, I like it.